Hey, Mark, I'm back.
All right. We have 29 attending so far.
Wonderful.
So we'll give them a couple more minutes. Is that right? All right.
Sounds great. And do we have Carrie on the line that's going to be talking about the LEAD app yet? Do you know?
Let me look here.
Okay.
Carrie with a K?
Yep.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
As soon as I see them, I'll make them a presenter automatically, but mute them.
Okay, sounds great.
It'll be easy to flip back and forth.
Great, thank you.
Carrie is on the line now, so I'm going to make her
great.
a panelist. Hey, Carrie, can you test your phone? I unmuted you.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody.
Okay, good. You're back on mute.
Well, you didn't give her much time. No, I'm just kidding.
It was
All right, I have 10:01. Do you think we're good to go, Mark?
We're good to go. We have 45 here, so that's not too
Wonderful.
bad.
Great. Well, welcome everybody to the Exhibitor webinar. My name is Annie Hamilton, and I am on the Exhibitor committee, and I'm an exhibitor myself. So hopefully, you know, we're speaking the same language as far as, you know, making this webinar and your time at the exhibit beneficial to you and your company. So this video or this webinar will be recorded, so you can re-listen to it as many times as you want. We'll forward it to the folks that weren't able to attend. And we do have a video that with the audio on webinar really isn't going to do it justice. So Carrie was so kind to do a video on the LEAD app, but we're going to send that as a follow-up after the webinar along with the slides so in links so you can have that information. So we will be respectful of everybody's time and get started. So today we're going to be covering really the logistics of the Exhibitor setup and teardown, the schedule of conference events, time in exhibit hall, and promoting your booth number to the conference attendees. So wanted to highlight our speaker lineup. Look at this lineup. We have the very front and center, Peyton Manning is coming. So we are very excited about that. But with Peyton coming comes with security for obvious reasons. So security is very important every year, but this year will be very tight. So we want to make sure that you're wearing your exhibitor badge at all times, and it's your responsibility to make sure that you have that on you. You might be, if not, security will kind of question that, and we just don't want to have any situation. So please make sure you have that. And as you know, if you've exhibited before or your first time, we do have a committee of volunteers that are set up at an exhibitor booth that can help with questions throughout the day. So just some reminders for the exhibitor drop off and setup. So you can drop off your materials and set up your booth on Sunday or Monday. So the hours, Sunday 5 to 7:15. Please know that 7:15 we're ending at 7:15. So please be respectful of and use your time efficiently. The back garage doors will be open. So just like years past, the air conditioning will not be on. So please dress accordingly. And you're going to be, moving your stuff and things, so make sure you dress in a fashion, shorts and a tank top or whatever you feel comfortable with. Monday, we also have setup available from 6:30 in the morning till 8 a.m. and the garage doors will be open. The reason why we have to end at 8 a.m. is we need to make sure that we have the garage doors closed because we want to make sure we get the exhibit hall nice and cool for everybody. So please, use that time efficiently and be, we're volunteers and we want to make sure you have a great experience, but please honor those times. So there are a couple options. So upon arrival, you are going to proceed to the exhibit hall registration desk that's located inside the exhibit hall near the loading docks. On the website, we'll send you a link. It will have a map and kind of guide you where that is. Drop off option A. The convention center has a loading dock just behind Hall A and B that will allow for easy unload and transport for your materials in your booth. And if you've been an exhibitor before, you have probably seen me out there telling you to move your car or kind of giving you the lay of the land. I've been out there for a couple of years, and I feel like we've built great friendships out there. So volunteers will be waiting to help unload. We do have, in years past, moving company that will come that will help with those boxes and get them to your booth space and be helpful. We just ask that, let's be kind to one another and give grace, and we're all partnering together. If you use the dock, you must drop off your materials quickly as possible and then go park your car. We cannot have any cars just blocking anything, but we'll be there to guide you. Note that there is only one way into the area from West Street. And again, this information is on the website and will be constant reminders. Drop-off option 2, for those of you that do not need attendance or assistance, there's an alternate drop-off location you can use. On Missouri Street side of the Convention Center, you can pull, there's a pull-off where you will have a bit of a walk to Hall A and B. But this might be a closer option versus parking and then bringing your stuff. Parking, there are a lot of options. We're around the convention center. Always research that before you come down to the convention center where you might park. The exhibitor teardown. So Want to make sure, exhibitors, we want to make sure that you are there the entire time. So we'll talk about that piece in just a moment. The exhibitor packets from Excel decorators and booth assignments, that information will be coming, and we'll have more information on that. And also the shipping instructions. This will be kind of on a quick glance document for you. The exhibit hall hours. Monday, August the 28th, from 11:30 a.m. Remember, we're closing the doors that Monday morning at 8 a.m. sharp, so we have time to cool that down. So when you're in your suits, you're not too hot, from 11:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Also, the reception is in the exhibit hall that evening from 5 to 6:30. The exhibitor lunch will be from 10:45 to 11:30. Lunch will be served in the exhibit halls on both days. We're anticipating a high volume of traffic during the lunch hour, so please grab your lunch, eat that quickly so then you're prepared for the exhibit hall to open at 11:30. On Tuesday, we are open from 10 to 1 with the exhibitor lunch from 10:45 to 11:30. So please just, make sure that you grab that, and we want to increase your visibility. We want to make sure when they're there that you are at your booth to be able to network. As you remember, most of you that may have sponsored before, first year we did the, really to help your company branding and traffic to your booth, we had a sponsor drawing of $100 cash drawing. We have not opened that up yet, so please stay tuned in the next few weeks for more information if you are interested in being one of those $100 cash drawings that happens at your booth during the time the attendees are there. The additional, some additional information, silent auction. We always, you're invited to participate in the annual auction for at the HR Indiana Conference. Proceeds benefit the Sherm Foundation, a non-for-profit organization that provides scholarships, research, and education to advance HR professionals, as well as college Sherm chapters in Indiana. There is a link here that you can register, but again, that will kind of be on your cheat sheet that we'll be giving you as well.
Hey, Annie, I can see a flyout that has the dial-in information, and it's blocking a little bit of your PowerPoint.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Everybody else. Oh, that's all right.
There we go. Is that better? I'm afraid well, let's see if I do this. There we go. Sorry about that. Thank you. Thanks for saying that. Do I need to go back to any other slides that it was closing or not showing to give anybody information?
Give us a little bit. I don't think it's a huge deal.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark. So we know that you may have a lot of questions. So these were just kind of the top that we thought of. Do I need to buy more badges for my booth volunteers? So your booth registration comes with 3 badges and passes. So remember, we were talking security. We want to make sure you're wearing your badge. They are not assigned, and they can be shared with your volunteers. Your volunteers wearing a badge can visit and participate throughout the exhibit. Additional passes are $200, and I'm assuming, Mark, they can get with you on that through online. We just want to make sure that if your team comes to set up on Sunday night and they take all the badges, to make sure that all of the that if you take them, that you we've had a situation where people are like, oh, where's my badge? Well, your teammate took it the night before. So please make sure you coordinate that logistic when you're picking those badges up. And then we're going to get into Carrie's going to be talking a little bit more about scanning and kind of what that looks like. And which I believe, yes, so back in 2017, for no additional charge to you, we will have name badge scanning and capabilities for all exhibitors. Just download the free app, Apple or Android device, and to capture leads of your attendees for scanning off of their name badge. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Carrie, and I'm so sorry that your video will be a good follow-up. So if Mark can put you on unmute, I wanted to give you an opportunity to talk a little bit about your service and how you partner, because last year I believe was our first year partnering, and just I think it's a good way to get everybody on board and educate of the partnership.
Okay. Well, so basically it's the same as last year if you were there last year. You will download the iLeads app from your app store. It works on both Android devices and works on Apple devices as well. You will receive an email, and that comes from leadslightning.com. So you may want to make a note of that. Sometimes it does end up in spam. And that email will contain the access code that you'll use to set up any of the devices that you'll be using in the booth. It will also come with one master account login, and that login will go to one particular person, and it will show the leads for all of the devices that are used in the booth at the time. Each person who uses the iLeads app will also be able to see what they do. They will just be able to see their leads, nobody else's leads. And that login information is actually in the app on the device itself. So you can go in and check your leads at any time. As long as you have an internet connection, the leads will go up automatically. If you don't have an internet connection, the iLeads app will store the leads until you do get the connection, and then with the iLeads app running, it'll send it up to your account on Leads Lightning. To collect the leads, you'll just tap on the scan button. What the scan button does is it opens up the camera that's on your device, and it will decode the information in the QR code, and then it will show whatever's information is available on that particular attendee. You may also see a pop-up message saying no data available. This just means that we don't currently have that particular attendee in the database. They may be an on-site registrant or a late registrant. We will get that information from show management. We will be receiving frequent updates, and we'll be uploading them as they come in. And so what you do is if you do get that pop-up message, you just keep going as if, you know, it's a normal thing. You see all the information. You can take your notes. You can do your qualifiers, anything like that. And then, as I said, once we get the information, we've uploaded it. The information will populate both on your device and in your account on Leads Lightning. Let's see, what else? Oh, for customizations. You can go ahead and you can customize. We have two sections you can customize. One is the follow-ups, and one is the survey questions. The follow-ups are basically a one-off, such as send catalog, have salesman call. And then we also have what we call survey questions, which would be a question like how many employees do you have, and then you would have multiple levels. Those survey questions can be a choose one only, or it can be choose as many as needed. Let's see. I spoke about the internet. Okay. You will need to have internet access when you download the app to your device. You will need it when you set it up using the access code, and then whenever you're ready to upload your leads. As I said, you don't need to have it while you're on the show floor. And then at the conclusion of the show, when you log into your account on Leads Lightning, you can download all of your leads. You can download in various formats, including Excel and CSV files. And we will have 2 technicians on site this year. So if you do have any questions while you're there, you can contact either one of them. Or there'll also be a technical support phone number that you receive on that email you get from Leads Lightning, and you can call that as well. So either way, you'll be able to get help when you need it. So I guess that's about it for me as far as the app goes. Does anybody have any questions?
Carrie, will the technician, or the 2 people that are going to be on site, will they be there on exhibitor setup or the days of the event?
They are there for setup, and then they're there for the event as well.
Okay, perfect. So just everybody on the line, so they will be there to help assist, and we'll make sure that they're identified at the exhibitor help area during the exhibitor setup on Sunday evening and Monday for setup and during the event, correct?
Yeah.
Just want to clarify. Okay, perfect. Okay, all right. And Mark, do we have any questions that popped up, or do I need to pull that up?
I'm looking, and I have one question.
Okay.
Hold on. Well, no. Hold on, come on.
And Mark, while you're looking at that, I just want everybody to know we will be having a second webinar as additional reminders, and then maybe we'll be going into a little bit more detail as far as setup and additional details that we'll want to make sure that you get on your calendar, and we'll send that out. So just want everybody to be aware that we will have a second call.
Okay.
As we get closer.
Asking about the video, and we explained that the video doesn't work necessarily on GoToWebinar. What was the name of the app? Can we restate that?
Sure. The app is called iLeads. I as in ice, L as in Larry, E as in Eddie, A as in Apple, D as in David, S as in Sam.
And when can they download it? And the answer is when they get their email, correct?
Well, they can go ahead, and you can go ahead and download it at any time. You will be receiving the email that has the access code, and that will set up the device for to be able to scan the badges at the show.
Okay. Can we revisit the exhibitor hours for Tuesday?
Absolutely. I will. Perfect. So we'll just kind of refresh the exhibitor hours on Monday the 28th. Our 11:30 to 6:30. We will be providing lunch for the exhibitors from 10:45 to 11:30, and sorry about that. And the reception is that evening between 5 and 6:30. And let me move this. And Tuesday, the original question was from 10 to 1 o'clock, with the lunch for the exhibitors 10:45 to 11:30.
Okay. Karen Saketa, since we should reiterate that badges will be assigned to specific people, and that is not correct. Security will be tight. No one without a badge can get in the hall this year. Let's see.
So that just brings up of if, we just want to make sure that, if your teammate comes and sets you up or checks in, that, you coordinate with your whole team, because I know that sometimes somebody different sets up and grabs the packet, and then there's other people that come the next day. So you'll really need to be the logistics of that, of working as a team on that.
Karen, is that what you understand? I'm going to unmute you in a second here. it must be because she's not saying anything. So.
Okay.
Karen, was that all correct? Okay. All righty. I think that's all the questions so far.
Okay. All right. Well, don't you love when webinars go a little bit faster than projected? So you guys do get, what, additional 15 minutes back to your schedule today. And I will, let me go to the last page here, just so you have contact information. If you have questions, I would highly recommend using the exhibitors at indysherm.org email. So after the call or things that you have questions on, feel free to use that email and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Most of your questions, I would assume, would be on the website under the exhibitors tab, but I do know that you may have a question that you just need a quick answer, and we're happy to jump in and answer those for you.
Someone asking about the theme, go to hrindianaconference.org. You'll see the theme, All In Indiana, and that's what the contest will be based around as well. We're actually theming not just the exhibit hall, but the entire conference with that theme this year.
So the bottom right-hand corner of the slide, you can see All In Indiana with in the state of Indiana. That's kind of what it looked like.
Your PowerPoint now, so.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're not?
No.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how that happened.
I think they made you presenter, but then you have to say okay.
Okay, sorry about that. Show screen.
There you go.
Okay, sorry about that. Technology. So I'll move this right up here. So you can see right here the All In Indiana, and we will, that is a theme like Mark stated, and we'll have the People's and President's Awards, given throughout, at the end of the conference. So. All right. Well, Mark, you don't have anything else. Thank you all for joining. And again, use the email address right here, exhibitors@indianasherm.org, if you have any questions that pop up in the meantime. Thank you.
Thank you.